Hey everyone, my name is David Dunbar, or the theme park evangelist. It feels so good in this house. Oh my goodness, we finally got the AC fixed on Monday. Um, was it? Yeah, it was Monday. That's right. I had been back at work for about 6 days at that point. Also, I'm super happy to be back at work again. But at the same time, I'm tired. I just worked 7 days straight, but guess what? Even though I was originally off tomorrow, which I thought about going to Kings Island tomorrow, but I was like, nah, I need the money more, especially after not being able to work for the past 3 weeks. So it was like, Kings Island can wait. I'm actually off this coming Sunday and next Wednesday. No, I'm going to keep next Wednesday off, and the reason why is because I'm scheduled a little over 50 hours next week, give or take, which is a lot of hours, and I'm not the only one that's getting these hours. Trust me, there's quite a few people that are getting these hours. It's not like they're showing me favoritism or anything. We're going through this thing called 40 Days and 40 Nights, and I've talked about it before, but it's basically a huge event that Ken Ham has been talking about all year where he's going to have 40 days and 40 nights worth of gospel themed music, you could say, and he's going to have all these different speakers. I'm going to go on Sunday to go see New Song, and I guess there's a speaker that'll be speaking after. It's usually about an hour long, and that should be over about 4 o'clock. And that's like the main reason why I'm going out there. Might just hang around the Ark and all that fun stuff afterwards. But yeah, with that being said, that's more or less what I have planned for Sunday is to go and show you guys what's going on 40 Days and 40 Nights. I've never even attended as a guest yet. I've been working it. And of course, today I wanted to go see the Borderland exhibit, the Creation Museum, which I actually filmed, and I'm currently working on editing it right now. And once I'm done editing it, which it's a little over halfway done, I'll have it uploaded to YouTube. So even though I told my coworker Tristan I should have one of the videos done by now, I'm actually behind today. I also went to the Golden Corral in Florence, Kentucky. It was my first Golden Corral in Kentucky today. They were very friendly, very polite. I actually need to give them a 5-star review. They did a very good job. I even went and told the manager. I actually went out the wrong way. I forgot to tell TG this earlier, but that's okay. I couldn't find the stupid exit. I was like, oh yeah, I should have known where it was. Of course, it was my first time in there, so I didn't know where anything was. And I hadn't been to Golden Corral since he and I went. And of course, the one we went to, I've been into a gazillion times. But yeah, it's always hard for me to go to a Golden Corral for my first time. I kept embarrassing myself, but they were so friendly and polite towards me, and they were just happy to have all this business back, and they just kept putting up with it. But on the bright side of me going out the wrong way, I was able to go to the manager and compliment everything that they were doing, and he was very flattered and was very appreciative of that. So, with that being said, that just kind of concludes what's going on. As I said, next Sunday or this coming Sunday, I'm going to do 40 Days and 40 Nights of the Ark, and then next Wednesday, I am going back to Kings Island to YouTube. Now, I understand that Grand Carnival ended at the end of the month. Actually, now that I think about it, let's see here. Next Wednesday, what is next Wednesday? The 11th. So it will still be open. So I will let you guys know this. Next Wednesday will be the last chance I get to visit Kings Island before they go to weekends only again. Because of the fact that Kings Island is so understaffed right now, and the fact that they're obviously getting the business, but since they're so understaffed right now, unfortunately, they're going to be going to weekends only before Labor Day. This is unusual for them because Kings Island usually is going to weekends only after Labor Day, and they usually have the whole month of September closed for private events and stuff like that. Now, I am aware that they will be open again for Haunt and Winterfest, and Kings Island has announced it like a gazillion times by now because they don't want people to think that they're not, and they don't want people to not show up, and then they have to close down early, and then they end up losing money that way. It would just, downright suck for them. So understand why they are pushing that so much. Another major announcement I found out about was the fact that Disney's bringing back their pontoon boat rentals. So that's something else that TJ and I are actually going to do in February with my coworker Tristan, which I'm super excited about, and I hope and pray that he's interested. TJ and I are also talking about staying the night at the Polynesian, maybe on his birthday. If my coworker Tristan is interested, he's more than welcome to share a room with his wife, and then TJ and I would share a room. Also, TJ came to me earlier this week or sometime. Obviously, we were talking on the phone. We talk on the phone a lot normally on my way home from work since I have such a long drive anyway. And he was mentioning he looked up the price for the Disney Cruise Lines, and with the balcony, it's $1,400. That's it. I don't know how long the cruise would be, but $1,400 for the balcony is actually very, very, very cheap. So I said to TJ, with your discount, and that's the price, that's actually not a bad deal. We split that evenly, 700 each. Obviously, we're not talking about going on a cruise until 2023 for our 30th, because I turned 30. What I mean by 30th is I turn 30 next November. So I turned 20, not next November. I'm sorry. I turned 28 this November. I turned 29 next November. So 2023, I turned 30. That's what I meant to say. TJ does not turn 30 until February of 2024. However, though, since I do turn 30 in 2023, I figured, or we both figured, well, we might as well go ahead and celebrate this year, and that way we'll knock out our big celebration. You don't turn 30 every day, and since we're turning 30, which is a pretty big deal, we're going to be saving up. We've been planning this for a few years now, that we would go on a cruise ship, or a cruise, whatever, for our 30th birthday. It's something that we've been wanting to do for a while, and that's why we've intentionally pushed it off to that year, and we made a big deal about it. Or it's going to be for this specific purpose. We're going to have this much time to save up for it. I mean, come on, 2021 is already almost over. We're going into 2022 now, so come 2022 it'll be next year. So yeah, I truly do think that it'll be worth saving up for. So next year, as you guys know, I'm going down to Florida with Tristan, and then I'm going to meet TJ and Kay in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. So that will be the big YouTube videos for next year. And then the following year is the cruise. So we got some stuff to look forward to. Anyway, enough about that. Let's finally get into today's discussion topic, which I actually came up with yesterday. Whenever it's very slow at work, first thing in the morning, when I first get there, and there's nobody there yet because people are still making their way to the Ark, or people are making their way from the Answer Center to the Ark, or people are making their way from deck 1 all the way to deck 3. That's the one advantage I have about the top of the Ark. I go all the way to the top, and everybody is working their way up to me, so it doesn't get busy until about 11. But that doesn't mean that I don't deal with people at all, period. So, come 11 in the morning, it's pretty swamped. And then, of course, come 4 or 5, now that 40 Days and 40 Nights is going on, everybody's over at the Answer Center again. So, yeah, my life story. But you know how that is. But anyway, so I'm literally up there, and I was thinking to myself so I'm off tomorrow. Don't plan on doing much, which I really didn't. And I kind of thought to myself, what kind of YouTube video should I do tomorrow? And I figured, well, maybe I'll talk about what are the best places in all of Walt Disney World, all 4 parks. So we're going to go through all 4 parks. I literally already thought it all out already. I already know exactly what I'm going to say because I already thought about it. And as I thought to myself yesterday, I am completely aware that the idea of packing a lunch and taking it with you to Walt Disney World is a crazy or stupid idea. I'm aware that I'm going to probably get looked at weird and go, huh? But you'd be surprised. There are like locals that do enjoy packing their lunch. One time when I was working at Disney's Hollywood Studios at the Dockside Diner, back then it used to be called Min and Bill's, I actually did see a family just chowing down on one of those 12 pack or whatever, 24 packs of tacos from Taco Bell, and nobody even cared. And it's the kind of thing you can do. And it's kind of nice. You can pack your lunch and bring it with you into Walt Disney World. And there are actually some really good locations. And that's what we're going to talk about. Obviously, some people are going to be like, I'm too hungry, I'm just going to settle. You don't want to just settle unless it's an absolute emergency. And that's why I'm going to give you these amazing tips. I'm going to tell you all the best locations that I personally know of in all four parks. Going to go through each park. I'm going to go through all the different sections and tell you exactly where you can eat a pack lunch at if you choose to do so. And just have like an incredible experience. So let's start with the Magic Kingdom. So at the Magic Kingdom, you have a couple of sections. Now, my personal favorite by far is Cosmic Ray Starlight Cafe. Now, you might be wondering, like, well, why there? Well, first of all, back about 3 years ago, 4 years ago, we're going to go with that. I would say probably closer to 2018. The Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe got a upgrade, basically allowing a outdoor seating area, which was really nice. And the reason for that was because there were so many people bringing in packed lunches into the restaurant, and it was causing a problem. Now, back then, you were actually allowed to bring in your packed lunches because they have this corner over by the restrooms, and people would just kind of go chill over there. They would always tell people, you just can't bring your packed lunches into the area where Sunny Eclipse is singing. That was like the only rule. But I guess now that they have this new outdoor seating area, people are technically not supposed to bring in packed lunches whatsoever. I did ask very, very nicely. I would recommend you doing it anyway. The worst thing they can do is ask you to take your packed lunch outside, like, honestly. And the funny thing is, nobody even noticed or said anything, really. And we had custodials checking constantly. I sat over by trash can, which was nice because I could keep throwing out trash as needed. And there was a restroom right there. And it was inside in the AC. And we had this really pretty view of Cinderella's castle, which, unfortunately, since I'm using my laptop, I can't just say, here you go, check this out. So, but yeah, it was really, really nice. I might have that picture on my Facebook page, but don't quote me on that. I'll have to check, though. I need to have it on there, though. It was probably one of my favorites. I actually put on my ViewBug account because I have a lot of good pictures, and I need to add on a picture of the Ark to my Facebook page as well. I need to start putting more pictures on the Facebook page, obviously. I'm starting to get that picture, but if you by chance don't make it over to Cosmic Rays or you're in a different section, I would also recommend these two areas. So right in front of Main Street Ice Cream Parlor and also right in front of Casey's Corner, there are tables of umbrellas that you could sit at, and it's really, really nice. And Main Street USA is usually a very quiet, calm area. Just keep in mind every now and then that the parade will be going by, like that little mini one, whatever it's called again. And it might distract you a little bit, but then it'll be gone again. It'll be nice and quiet and peaceful again. So it's something you would only have to tolerate like very short periods of time, and they only come like every few hours or something like that. So it's not that bad. Over in Adventureland, I ate at Tortuga Tavern back a few years ago, and they have a really big outdoor seating area, which whenever I say outdoor, I don't necessarily mean it's completely outdoors, like the rain's going to show up and it's going to dump rain all over you and your food, and then you're going to get soaked, and then your food's going to get soggy, and then you're going to end up throwing it away, then you're going to throw a fit. No, I mean, like, normally Disney's pretty good about having these outdoor seating areas. Like, it's outside, but it's still under an awning. But if the wind were to, so to speak, go push the rain this way, you might have a problem. But that's only if the wind was, like, pushing this way. And that's over at Cosmic Rays. Now, Tortuga Tavern, thankfully, you're a little more in, so you have a better chance of staying dry, especially since there's more tables further to the back. So the odds of you getting wet over there are a lot lower. And also there is a lot of seating areas over there. There really isn't anything else. I would assume, just for my own benefit, that you could probably bring your packed lunch into Pinocchio's Village House. Just a wild guess. It is a smaller quick service restaurant, and it's inside of Fantasyland, and it's right next to Small World, so you could watch all the boats going by. It's kind of cool. I ate a light snack there one time just to see what it was like. It was kind of cool. It's kind of cute, but um, I really, once again, don't see them having a problem with you like bringing your packed lunch in there since it's a smaller restaurant, not very busy. That would be like one of the last locations I would highly recommend you trying to bring your packed lunch into, since it's quiet, it's air conditioning, and then you get to watch the boats going by. And there's signs that you can mess around with the guests, and they all get excited. So now we're going to move on to Epcot. Back then, when I used to go to Epcot, one of my favorite locations, besides the one I'm going to mention in just a minute, was the Electric Umbrella. The Electric Umbrella was the largest quick service restaurant in Epcot. Unfortunately, the Electric Umbrella closed a few years ago to make way for a new Epcot. Now, Electric Umbrella was great because of the fact that they had the soda fountain, so you could have bought a cup of soda, and then you could literally just keep refilling at the soda fountain as much as you wanted, and ate your packed lunch at the same time. Plus, they had all the toppings, the condiment bar, and all that fun stuff. And they had some really good views of Future World. It was a great way to get out of the heat. They had a little outdoor seating area that was kind of protected right outside, so it was a really good place to eat your packed lunch at. Now, unfortunately, in Future World, the only really decent place to eat at now is in the land. I really can't see them having a problem with you bringing a packed lunch into the land with you, because of the fact that there's like a gazillion tables right in the middle of the land, like down between the Living at the Land and Soarin' over the world, because of the fact that there's like, what, 5 restaurants down there alone. So I don't really see them having an issue with you doing that. Plus, you know, you got trash cans down there. There's a restroom down there. I used to clean it. It's massive and always busy. And it's a very nice restroom, too. And the reason why it's always busy is because, hello, it's right next to Soarin'. That's why I used to call it the Soarin' restroom, because it was literally right next to it. But that's another one I would definitely, area I would recommend you eating at, because of the fact that, like, your packed lunch, that is. You know, because of the fact that it's in the air conditioning, there's a lot of tables, it's usually pretty quiet, and then the fact that you got all those conveniences right there, too. So you got a lot of stuff going for you. Going into World Showcase, let's go around the Mexico way. There is a quick service restaurant on the right side as soon as you enter the Mexico Pavilion. No, I don't remember its name offhand, but it's got an indoor and an outdoor seating area. I, once again, cannot see them having a hard time with you bringing your packed lunch in there. I ate in there one time. It was very pretty. It was right next to the lake. And, of course, since you do have that indoor seating area option, you technically could bring your food in there and just enjoy the warmth for the AC. They did have like a covered area you could eat out that was outside too. So you did have your two options. I wouldn't say it's as nice as Los Angeles Inn, but which is, you know, inside of the Mexico Pavilion. But it wasn't horrible either. Oh, good, my YouTube video is done. So, I mean, that's definitely another, place you could eat at. I would say also inside the China Pavilion. I'm just looking for the button to make my screen darken again within 30 seconds. Of course, it's hard when I'm trying to do this at the same time. So, yeah, inside the China Pavilion, there's an outdoor seating area. I think it's called like the Nine Dragons or something like that. And it's definitely another one of those areas that you definitely could, take your pack lunch into. And, I couldn't really see them having a hard time with that as well. The American, or the restaurant over by the American Adventure, I don't know how you would feel about it. I wouldn't necessarily, tell you personally I would go for it. I've never actually eaten there myself, so unless you know someone who has eaten in the restaurant over by the American Adventure, I wouldn't do it. Obviously, once you get into Japan and all that fun stuff, you start getting all these sit down restaurants. So we're going to skip all the way to the United Kingdom. I know this for a fact because there's a little outdoor seating area over by the fish and chip stand. And it happens to also share, well, not really share, but be right next to the Rose and Crown Pub. And the Rose and Crown Pub, of course, they have an outdoor seating area, but theirs is gated because it's sit down. So, yeah, they don't want basically non-reservation people just walking right in there and going, "Hey, mind if I join you?" Stuff like that. So, I used to sit there all the time. Like, this is by far my favorite spot in all of Epcot to sit at to eat because of the fact that it's once again right by the lake. And there are tables with umbrellas. It's super pretty. There's an incredible view, and you just feel that breeze, and it just hits you just right, and you're just like, yep, this is it right here. But unfortunately, that's the only areas I can think of in Epcot, so we're going to move on to Hollywood Studios. We're kind of just cruising right through this. I told you I'm just giving you all the best locations, and I had already pre-thought this in advance, so... And obviously, I spent the majority of the time rambling on about my life, which not everybody gives a beep about, but... and I completely respect that. Disney's Hollywood Studios, back then, my personal favorite place to pack my lunch and bring it... Well, obviously, I already would have packed my lunch, but bring my pack lunch to was a place called Studio Catering Company. For those of you who remember it, it closed down... I would say about 7 years ago when I first started college at Polk State College in Central Florida to make way for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And unfortunately, that ended up leading to the complete removal of it as well. But it was a huge area. The restaurant itself was always busy. There was a very rare time that my brother and I would get food there. Like, one time, I'm not even lying, my brother and I both packed our lunch, and I asked my brother, "Hey, do you want a soda or something?" He was like, "Sure." This shows how dedicated I am to my brother. Like, my brother is not the only one who truly cares about me. And you've seen it myself. Like, I did a YouTube video just for him to celebrate his birthday. But I think this will say it all. I asked my brother, "Hey, you want a soda?" He's like, "Sure, why not?" I don't think he would have expected me to wait 30 minutes for a soda. And I was literally gone for 30 minutes. I don't even know if he was able to get a hold of me or anything like that. But he was patient, and I think he was going to come and find me eventually. And he just got chilled out there. And I finally came back half an hour. And he was like, "What took you so long?" I said, "Sorry, it was a long wait." It's like, "Well, you didn't have to get that." I said, "I wanted to, though." And that's how I feel sometimes. Like, obviously now my patience has kind of changed over the years, adulthood, all that fun stuff. I think we've all been there, done that as, us adults. Like, me and as an adult, I would have maybe waited 5 minutes, seeing how far I was in the line, and I've been like, okay, I give up. We'll stop somewhere else and go get it, so it's not that important. But me back then, who really didn't have any obligations in life and hadn't really had to deal with the pressures of adulthood, I was willing to do it. And, I very much so care about my brother, and that was just a great example. But that wasn't the only place we used to eat at. Back then, when ABC Commissary used to be a quick service restaurant, we did used to bring our pack lunches in there, and they didn't even care. Unfortunately, ABC Commissary converted a few years ago into a sit-down restaurant. We can no longer bring our pack lunches in there. What a darn shame that is. As soon as they announced they were getting soda fountains, I was all excited. I was like, what? Now I can fill up my soda. Well, apparently that meant that they were turning into a sit-down restaurant, but who would have thought that was going to happen? So, yeah, I was kind of disappointed. So that eliminated two of my favorite locations to eat my packed lunch at. So unfortunately, now I'm going to have to tell you the only good places to eat your packed lunch at. Obviously, right in front of Dockside Diner, there is an area with a bunch of tables and umbrellas, and I've literally seen everybody come and sit over here or over there and eat their packed lunch because of the fact that there's so many tables and the fact that we're constantly cleaning them. We're required to clean those tables even if the guest didn't buy our food. So, I don't work for Disney anymore, but because I used to work for Disney, sometimes I refer to myself as, we or them or whatever, because of the fact that I used to be one of them for a couple of years, or almost 2 years. My dad obviously was there the longest, but still. And then I would also say Backlot Express. I wouldn't see a problem if you bring your pack lunch in there. It's probably the only quick service restaurant left that has a soda fountain in it. So yeah, you could bring your pack lunch over there. They have an indoor and outdoor seating area, and they have all the conveniences. So you have that going for you. On the opposite side, I believe that there's a quick service restaurant kind of down. Oh my goodness. Sunset Boulevard, that's right. Sunset Boulevard. And it's on your left, right before you get to Rock and Roller Coaster. There is a little quick service restaurant. They have a huge outdoor seating area that you can bring your packed lunch to. And I know for a fact that they don't care about that either. There really isn't a lot of places to bring your packed lunch to at Disney's Hollywood Studios, sorry to say, but it is what it is. So unfortunately, now we're going to have to move on to Animal Kingdom. Literally the last park on my list. So Animal Kingdom, starting with, I guess you could say, what is the name of the very beginning? Oh yeah, Discovery Island. Or, no, not Discovery Island. Hold on, let me look this one up. That really makes me mad when I said the right answer and then I question myself, like, was it really Discovery Island? And yeah, it was. So starting with Discovery Island, you've got Flame Tree Barbecue, the largest quick service restaurant at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Flame Tree Barbecue, as you guys know, sells a lot of really, really good barbecue food. I've covered it before in one of my vlogs. I believe it was my top 10 favorite Walt Disney World quick service restaurants vlog, but that's besides the point. So there's so many places to eat at, and since they're required to go around and emptying all the trash cans, which I found out the hard way, as you guys remember from my Life as a Working Disney Cast Member series. Yep, the manager yelled at me for it. And I was thinking to myself, okay, I don't normally work here, so that's not my problem, not my fault. So that's why I never came back. But, yeah, since they have to go and clean all that stuff out and empty everything, blah, 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 all that fun stuff. Why not take your pack lunch in there? I mean, you got nothing to lose, I'm just saying. And then, if you're not over in Discovery Island, over in the Africa section, there's a restaurant over by Tusker House that you could bring your pack lunch to. And, I don't see why that would be a problem either. Because that's all outdoors. I know there's a sit-down restaurant over in Africa, but I also know there's an outdoor section as well. that you can bring your pack lunch to. Over in the Asia section, you've got Yak and Yeti, which is an outdoor quick service restaurant, and I know they have an outdoor eating or sitting area as well. That's really, really nice, covered, and so you would be protected. And then I've got like one more section. Now, I obviously wouldn't recommend eating outside of Dinosaur. There is a covered area there you probably could eat at, but it's not the most best place to eat at because of the fact that they are benches. So you would literally be just like sitting there in a seated position. You wouldn't have like a table or anything in front of you. I'm sure there are people that have done it, and it is completely protected. I've literally waited out rain there before a couple of times. So, yeah, I mean, it's up to you if you wanted to do that. But actually, if you were over in Animal Kingdom and you were in the Dino Land USA section, I would recommend going into the Burger Digs because of the fact that I don't once again see a problem with them allowing packed lunches in there. I actually did do that one time. I went with a friend of mine that my high school best friend introduced me to, and we brought packed lunch in there, and they didn't care, and we just happened to be over there anyway, and it was nice. You've got all the conveniences. You're in the AC, so yeah, that's pretty much it. That is all of the best places to bring your pack lunch to at all 4 Walt Disney World parks. If I missed something, I apologize. Obviously, I was only going to go over stuff that I personally know 100% for a fact would be best for everybody. I was only intentionally also picking restaurants where I know you're going to get a table like instantly or within like a minute or two, where you're going to have all the conveniences that you need, where you know for a fact that you're going to have like condiments and utensils and napkins like at the ready, and you're not going to have to wait for them to replenish it. I would not recommend bringing your pack lunch over to Pecos Bill over in Frontierland at the Magic Kingdom. I've done it a few times, only because of the fact that I didn't feel like going all the way back to Tomorrowland. And trust me, it really wasn't worth it. It's almost impossible to find a table in there, and then your seats are not that comfortable. Your tables are small. And on top of that, it's crowded. You got people walking around you. You got people walking behind you. And it's so crowded in there. And if you don't handle claustrophobia very well, I wouldn't recommend going in there at all. So, yeah, it's the kind of place you really only want to buy food at. But I wouldn't recommend like packing a lunch and bringing it in there. Trust me, been there, done that. You would be better off walking a little further and finding a much better restaurant. So, I mean, otherwise, that's about it. Once again, let me know if I missed anything. And I gotta go start cooking my brother's dinner. So, I may or may not have time at this moment to start working on my next How I Met Kay and TJ video. But I did do the important one, which was my next theme park discussion video, which these are the only, I don't advertise the How I Met Kay and TJ videos on my Theme Park Evangelist Facebook page. I'm just doing that for fun. I'm actually only advertising the discussion topics on my Facebook page because those are a bigger deal, and those are the kind of questions that I know for a fact that people have in their mind, like, I wonder, Alright, guys. I might be full from Golden Corral, but I know my brother's hungry, so I'm going to need to go get his food started. So, I will see you guys in the next vlog. And always remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Have a great night, and peace out.